With my fire department, there's been some kind of explosion in the 100 block of Grange Road. I'm going out to investigate. Will, you're going to need some of your officers out here at command post probably. This is a massive explosion.
I'll be the incident commander, and I'm declaring a hot zone.
Copy. 23 from dispatch.
23, go ahead.
Respond to Ridge and Grand. Block all traffic coming into the area from Grand Boulevard and Ridge Road.
23, I copy. Respond to the Grand Ridge, blocking all traffic coming into the area there.
It took me years to acquire the critical incident management skills that you can learn in 3 days with RSI training.
These 7 critical tasks they teach here are the practical things that we go through on a daily basis when we have to go to these critical incidents.
Car 52.
52, go ahead.
Be advised, me and my partner are plainclothes. We've got the rear alley of the Ritter Finance covered.
20, did you copy that traffic? Car 52, a plainclothes unit, has arrived in the rear alley behind the Ritter Finance, and they're covering the rear alley.
But all first responders should have this training, so everyone is on the same page when they respond to a critical incident.
Car 20, I copy. Do we have an available unit that can go and take their position and have that unmarked vehicle? After I took this class, I have full confidence in what I'm doing. Come to a staging area at Tony's garage and we'll make that staging area.
The decisions that are made or not made during those first 60 seconds of a critical incident will dramatically impact the numbers of casualties and the amount of property damage that will result.
Perception is reality. It is very important that we're perceived as competent and professional.
That you need to have best practices in training. And if you're not doing simulation-based training, you don't have best practices.
You can really feel the adrenaline. This gives you real-world training in a mock model setting.
And these are lessons that you can apply immediately. As soon as you leave the classroom, you can apply them out on the street. Simulation-based training provides you the experience, tools, and knowledge to apply this stuff in the real world. The decisions you make as the first responding person to a critical incident are going to determine how quickly you get that situation under control or how long you're going to allow it to spiral out of control. The goal here at RSI is to help students learn the correct decisions to make in those incidents so they can help get the situation under control as quickly as possible and as safely as possible.
We service a population of nearly 1,200,000 individuals, and on any given day we are required to respond to an array of situations that we have little to no control over at first. It's imperative that as an agency we gain control as quickly as possible. We do that through the utilization of the incident command system. The idea that one just learns incident command by doing it on the street is a fallacy. The purpose of understanding incident command training is to ensure that the multitude of resources that you have or that arrive on your scene, either solicited or unsolicited, can be managed in a linear and effective way.
With law enforcement in the last several years, with each major incident that has occurred in 9/11 and Columbine, those issues that we work with, we learn something every single time, and we try and learn on that. We advance our training, we advance our knowledge. This course does a fantastic job of implementing all of those variety of hazards and the things that we need that we can push forward and take it to our road officers and work everything every single day.
My first experience with RSI was taking the initial incident management class. After years and years of National Incident Command System classes, it was refreshing to take the class from RSI and find a much easier way to learn the system, much easier application of the information, and be able to pass that on to students.
What I like about this class specifically is it takes that incident command right down to the street level. When they come into this class and they have the ability to work through the scenarios and work in the model city, they get to go out and have confidence in what it is they're going to do.
The reason this is the best training that you can possibly have as a first line supervisor or any first emergency responding personnel is these 7 critical tasks they teach here are the practical things that we go through on a daily basis when we have to go to these critical incidents.
When the mandate came out for the incident command training from the federal standard, there was a lot of very good training, but it was coming at you so fast, sitting in a classroom and learning from a book. This one has a fabulous job of transitioning into that hands-on approach where you can sit down and you can go through scenarios, and then you're put in a testing model city where you can test those very skills that you learned in the classroom portion and have some confidence that when you go out and you face a real situation that you'll be able to do that.
The benefits of model training is the repeatability and the ability to get multiple repetitions in very short order. If we wait for real-world experience, not only are the risks much higher, but we're not always in control of that situation. We can't bring about incidents and situations that will encourage the student to be successful in their methods. RSI is able to deliver the information in a clean, concise manner without all the massive information that normally comes with this type of training.
The advantage of Model City is you're in the actual scenario, and what you find when you're working in that is that your heart gets pumping and that you start getting into the situation. You never know what's going to come next. You're trying to do the right steps, you're trying to do the right thing, and all of those things prepare you for the real world when you go out. As things come at you, you're able to adapt and you're able to utilize the very training that you get here to go out and use it in real scenarios as they come.
When I took this class, I thought to myself as a first-line supervisor who was recently promoted, where has this training been? All I ever took was the ICS classes online, you print them out. That did nothing for me. I had a little info to deal with these critical incidents. I didn't know what I was doing. After I took this class, I have full confidence in what I'm doing.
This course and the training that RSI provides is dynamic, exciting, and is a game changer for you out there in the real world. This is simulation-based training, and we are taking you from the lessons and the simulations out into the real world. And these are lessons that you can apply immediately. As soon as you leave the classroom, you can apply them out on the street and be an effective supervisor, be an effective leader, and get your people home safely and get the people you're protecting home safely.
I took a fire call just the other day where it was a house fire, and I was in charge of that fire. And the 7 critical tasks and this training that we specifically go through, I used right there on that fire. I was able to establish communication control, I unified my command with fire, we got the whole perimeter set up, and we were able to stabilize that scene so nobody was hurt.
It's very expensive to do real-world scenarios where everybody gets to play their part. The Model City does a great job of putting you in that same role, giving you the same stress and the same pressure, but at a much more cost-effective manner.
This is the most efficient and effective training that I've ever seen to teach principles to any first responder, especially supervisors. If you have any desire whatsoever to become a supervisor, it's critical that you have this course. But all first responders should have this training so everyone is on the same page when they respond to a critical incident, so that we're handling it in the most efficient and most professional and most safe way as possible, because the bottom line is this course is about saving lives. The lives of the citizens that we're sworn to protect and all of the first responders.
If you're in a position where you're considering taking an incident management class, you owe it to yourself to check out RSI. Their system is clearly better.
I've been to a lot of training over the course of my career. The training that RSI provides is far and away above any that I have ever been involved in. It truly prepares both line staff and administrators to respond to nearly any emergency. I strongly endorse this approach to training.